Okay, so now let's talk about restricted and unrestricted cash. The classification of restricted cash depends upon whether it is expected to use and when it is expected to use. Let's see the real world company's example. So current asset restriction, let's see its example, that Home Depot is a company that sets aside 20 million to pay for expected environmental cleanup cost that must be completed next quarter. Now what you will be saying, that this cash is a restricted cash, right? Because this needs to be used within the next quarter. But this restricted cash is a current restricted cash, because you are going to use it within a period of 12 months. So this restriction is for 12 months, so you call it as a restricted cash, but for current period. The use, the liability will be paid within 1 year. That's the reason. Now you can say non-current asset restriction, there may be like that. The Boeing company, which makes the aeroplane or flights, I can say, has a 7-year bond agreement requiring it to set aside $150 million. Now Boeing, the company having very big planes, they need to have 150 million set aside in a separate fund to pay off the debts principal upon maturity in 7 years. So this 150 million is sitting with Boeing, but they cannot use it. This is restricted, but this is restricted for how much time? This is restricted for a longer time. So you will be saying again, this is restricted cash, but this is for your non-current assets or long time. So you will be simply saying the funds are locked up to safety a long-term liability over 1 year. So this is known as your non-current asset or restriction. Or there may be situations just like industry specific reporting or restrictions, as just like if you see the example of Duke Energy, that is a company of public utilities, just like electricity and public utilities, lists its assets in inverse order of liquidity on the balance sheet. Why? Because they show the lowest liquidity, then compared to that in a inverse order. Now you say that cash is the last assets listed. Rationale is what? That the fixed assets, power plants are the more critical, not the liquidity, right? Because in the companies just like Duke Energy or these big companies, they know that the cash will be flowing from the customer period of period, but for them the power plants fixed assets are the most critical assets. So when the balance sheet is being prepared, balance sheet, they show power plant first, and in case of general companies, when the balance sheet is prepared, they show cash first. Why? Because general companies show highest liquid assets, highest cash convertible assets on the first page, while these utilities companies show highest impacting assets, I can say, or highest critical assets in their balance sheet first. So there may be different kind of restrictions or understanding of restricted cash or in different industries. Now let's see the textbook definition for these restricted and unrestricted cash. So basically all classes cash is classified based on its available for general business operations, how you are having the cash available. The details of any restrictions must be noted in the financial statement footnote. So when the annual report is prepared for the company, the details are being written there. There may be unrestricted cash, which is like ready to spend money. This cash is available for your current operations, just like paying bills, payroll, inventory, etc. And this unrestricted cash includes amounts of cash and cash equivalents, which you know already. Then we saw the restricted cash, the cash which is set aside and that is legally or contractually earmarked for specific purpose, which we know, and it is not available for general use, right? Now within this restricted cash, we saw there are two kinds of restriction. First is current restriction and there is non-current restrictions, right? So current restrictions, which we saw above, is the restrictions which is related to the current liability that is due within 1 year or current asset. Basically this restriction is for 1 year, and the classification for that will be as a current assets, because you are having the money but you can use it post 12 years, not right now. So you will be saying this is as a current asset, and it will be shown as a separate line items from cash, we will calling it as restricted cash. And if you see any balance sheet of any companies, you will be finding this line item as a restricted cash there. Now there will be rule 2, which is for non-current restrictions. It is like the restrictions related to the non-current liability which is due after 1 year, just like we saw in our example, that whatever is due after 1 year there will be restrictions, but that will be treated as a non-current asset for restrictions, right? The classification for that will be just like a non-current assets. Typically in the other assets generally we write that. For example, if we see the funds reserved to repay the principal of 5-year bank loan, you have taken a certain loan and bank has asked you to keep a certain amount in your bank always, all time for 5 years, then simply you will be saying that will become your non-current restricted assets. Now there are certain common reasons for restrictions. It's like compensating balance, which is like cash is contractually locked up by bank as a collateral for loan or line of credit because bank wants their safety. There is the future investment reasons as well. Management may also set aside some fund for purchase of long-term assets after 4 months, 10 months or 12 months. So there may be restrictions for investment purposes as well. And there may be some legal requirement, just like there may be some escrow account, is like an account where the money is blocked or you cannot use that money and the legal settlement is still pending, so you can cover those expenses in the future. So there may be some common reasons for the restrictions as well.